Hi, welcome. I'm Sarah D. I've been listening to one of my mentors this morning. You're probably familiar. You probably know him, Brendan Bouchard. And one of the things he was talking about this morning was, about signals. And, of course, about mindset, fixed, and growth. And if you're listening to my channel, you know what a fixed mindset is, and you know what a growth mindset is. A fixed mindset is one that when something happens that you don't like, you say, I guess I'm not doing that again. Or whenever you disengage, one of the ways he put it in a quote was that to disengage from an experience, like I'm never doing that again, or being around that person again, is it's the tell of a fixed mindset, and that's what he said. And then also when we say I'm awful, or I'm, you name it, whatever you call yourself in a negative light, that's also a tell of a fixed mindset. And it signals what it is telling you actually is not that you need to dig your heels in and stop, but what it is telling you is you need to change. I need to change. In 2005, I wrote this song, Breaking Loose, and these are the words I wrote before I wrote the song. It was a feeling in the air. I sat at the piano, played what I felt, then I wrote the words the feeling gave birth to. I didn't know it to start with, but it was a feeling of resolve to stop letting self-made limits dam my progression, limit my joy and the good I can do in this world. The music led the way to realizing the message. Creation is such a curious thing. So many people say they are not creative, and the thing is, wherever you are in your life, you created it. And when we take responsibility, ownership of what we've created in our life, our feeling, our belief, our mood, our environment, our hopes, our dreams, our fears, we created them. We took what happened in our life and made it mean a particular thing. And when we made it mean that particular thing, that was our creation. So if in nothing else you're creative, which is actually not a true statement because you're creative in other arenas as well, but that's one arena we are all creative in. And that is creating our setting in our mind. One of my other mentors, Kirk Duncan, was talking last night about mindset and explained it in a way that's been explained before. But the thing is, when we hear those things that made sense in the explanation in the previous time we heard about it being explained in that way, it reinforces that, that's a really good way to think about it. So when you turn your stove on, you turn it to 375 for cookies maybe, and maybe do 425 for quiche. I can't remember all the temperatures of things, but there's certain settings that you put your stove at, and it will, if the stove is functioning right, it will make that temperature, and you'll be able to make the baking that you are setting that stove to help you create. And there's another way you're creative. If you cook, you're creative. You're creating those things, even if you're following a recipe. Anyway, back to the setting. When you go to do something and you come up with a desire to disengage, you're coming up against your subconscious mindset, the setting in your mind that says, no, we don't know how to learn anything new. This is what we believe. This is where we're going to stay. And this is happening here, and we can't do that. So we're staying here. So we're just going to disengage and not be involved in that environment, not be in relationship with those people or companies or activities. They're too hard. They tell me that I suck, I really suck. But actually, they aren't the things that are telling you that. That's your creation. You're the one who is repeating that. It may have been given to you when you were very young, and likely was, that you suck. Because sometimes that's the way uninformed, ignorant adults will talk to us. They'll tell us we're terrible and you're a bad person, you're a bad kid. You're a good kid, you're a bad kid. That's not accurate. You're a person who's learning. And that didn't get the result that I was hoping for you. Did it get the result you were hoping? So talking about the results and the activity as opposed to identifying the person as good or bad is more useful. And if you ever identify yourself as bad or as incapable of learning and growing and changing when difficulty comes into your life, which happens every day, for every soul. And when we get smaller and smaller and cower and hide, we are in a fixed setting in our mind. And that setting, just like, well, there's so many examples, it doesn't even matter. That setting is set until you disrupt it. And the way you disrupt it, as Kirk Duncan was talking, he has his little person here and he has the wall, and he makes the person huge and they grow, and it's like the wall hasn't gotten any smaller. The difficulty, the challenge, the environment, the people, the belief you have about yourself that is difficult to maneuver over, if you grow your belief about yourself, you can just step over that wall. It's a really cool visual that Kirk does. He does a great job. Anyway, when you run into difficulty today, and when I run into difficulty today, my challenge to myself and my challenge to you, should you decide that it's something that is useful for you, is to decide, instead of saying what's wrong with me or that I'm so this, decide and say, well, how would I like it to work? Or how would I need to be in order to deal with this situation better? How would I need to change? Because if you're looking at how they need to change, you're looking in the wrong place, because you're not the puppet master of anybody else except yourself. Here's the song, and I hope it's encouraging to you. And I hope we can make this a great day, because we're going to move through. And when the wall is here and we're this wimpy little thing, we're going to go, okay, what is it I would need to do to be bigger, to be stronger, to be able to see over the wall? What qualities do I need to focus on? And what are the tools I'm going to use to focus on those? Because you know lots of tools. I'm not going to tell any really today, but then you can just step over the wall. Right? Okay. I'm breaking loose, I'm moving out of the prison I made. Now I feel so good, I want to shout to everyone I see. No longer will I be anyone but me. The perfect day is here and now. Where I am is great, no time to cry, no room for doubt. It's never too late, baby, to be just who you are, who you want to be. The blue and pink, white, iridescent skies cries to my soul, believe, stop believing lies. Don't let your weakness be your end. Reveal through weakness your friend. Blue and white, pink, iridescent skies cry to my soul, stop believing lies. Don't let your weakness be your end. Reveal through weakness a friend. I'm breaking loose, I'm moving out of the prison I made. Feel so good, I wanna shout to everyone I see. No longer will I be anyone but me. So let's be us. Because you know the thing is, yeah, we can't be anybody else. Pretending to be somebody else just doesn't work. I'm Sarah D. Make it a great day for you by being yourself.